I don't even know. There's a lot of adrenaline and just like kind of, it didn't really hit me until I got to second base, rounding the bases, and I was just like, whoa, that actually happened.
Welcome to episode 385 of Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast. I'm Joe McFarland. Let's start, as always, in the big leagues. In Calgary's Michael Soroka made a couple of starts over the past week. Last Thursday saw his first real bad outing with Arizona as he gave up 8 runs over 3 innings and a 13-1 loss to Milwaukee. Then just last night being Wednesday, much better as he allowed just 1 run on 7 hits and 2 walks while striking out 6 and 6+. However, the Diamondbacks couldn't get any offense going against Paul Skeens, who allowed just 2 hits over 8 innings in a 1-0 Pirates victory. A couple more flawless appearances from Edmonton's Eric Sabrowski in Cleveland. He allowed no runs or hits while striking out 4 and 2 1/3 and continues to lead the majors with 13 holds, which is 3 more than second-place Jojo Romero in St. Louis. And Dogs Academy alum Tristan Peters has lifted his batting average to .263 on the season as he becomes more of an everyday outfielder with the White Sox. He's also driven in 5 and stolen 4 bases. A couple of other guys with ties to this neck of the woods we wanted to update you on. Former Okotoks and Edmonton utility man Cody Funderburk has been a steady presence out of the bullpen for Minnesota. He's 1-1 with a 2.51 ERA in 17 appearances, picking up a save and 10 strikeouts. Meantime, it's been a rougher ride for former Okotoks hurler Andrew Kittredge as he came back from injury a couple of weeks ago. He's made 5 relief appearances with the Baltimore Orioles and 4 went pretty well. The other one, not so much, as he got touched up for 7 runs on 7 hits and a third of an inning of work against the Yankees on Sunday. In the minors, one big game for Ty Doucette in the Arizona Complex League, and the Dogs Academy alum is off to single A in Cincinnati's system. He went 3 for 3 with a homer, 2 RBI, and 3 runs scored before his promotion. In his first game with the Daytona Tortugas, he had an RBI double in a 9-8 win over the Clearwater Threshers. In his second game on Wednesday, he went 1 for 4 with a 2-run jack. Dogs Academy grad Tim Piazentine has suited up in 3 games for the FCL Blue Jays. He has 1 hit in 11 at-bats, although it was a 2-run double. He has also scored a run himself. Fellow Dog Tyrell Chadwick has been solid in single A with the Fresno Grizzlies. He's 2-0 with a 6.62 ERA and 8 relief appearances, striking out 8. However, he was put on the 7-day IL over the weekend. Higher up in the minors, Oyen's Gavin Logan has had a bit of a rocky start to his season in AA Amarillo. He's hitting .167 overall with 3 homers and 10 RBI in 19 games. Now that does include 1 appearance in AAA with Reno, where he went 1 for 3 with a walk. And after a couple of weeks on the IL, Matt Lloyd is back with the AAA Worcester Red Sox. He picked up a hit last Friday and is now hitting .222 on the season with 4 RBI in 5 games. To the CCBC we go, and it's going to be a race to the end for Okanagan College and Prairie Baseball Academy. They are tied in top spot with identical 20-8 records. Edmonton Collegiate is nipping at their heels at 18-10, while UFV is 17-11. The University of Calgary Dinos sitting 5th at 13-15 heading into this weekend's games. Now, if my math is correct, OC and PBA have clinched playoff spots, while EC and UFV are right there if they get another win or two. The Dinos have a rougher road ahead, though, as they're just 2 games up on 7th place TRU. Now, keep in mind, only the top 6 teams are going to the CCBC World Series in Lethbridge later this month. This weekend, PBA hosts TRU, EC welcomes VIU, and the Dinos visit the Victoria Golden Tide. We'll hear from the CC's new single-season home run record holder Caedyn Colford and Dinos utility man Mason Bristow a little later on in the show. In the U.S. college ranks, it is playoff time across the board for the most part. That means the postseason award season is upon us, and quite a few to report to you so far. Vauxhall Academy grad and Lethbridge Bulls veteran Caleb Haney has been named Northern Sun Baseball All-Conference second team after a great season at the University of Mary, hitting .381 with 2 homers and 15 RBI in 33 games. Calgary's Aiden Newton picked up Conference Carolina's All-Conference second team honors with the University of Mount Olive. The Lethbridge Bulls hurler led the team with a 2.99 ERA over 75-plus innings, picking up 75 strikeouts and a 7-2 record. Calgary Bucks alum alum Luke Wilson has been named GPAC All-Conference First Team after a great season at Columbia University, Nebraska. He hit .325 with 10 homers and 43 RBI in 45 games. Medicine Hat native and Mavericks vet Evan Morrison has also been named to that same first team. He hit .371 on the season with 13 homers, 46 RBI, and 17 stolen bases with Hastings College. And finally, Regina's Ethan Merck is also a GPAC All-Conference second-team winner as a reliever. He went 3-3 with 5 saves and a 3.38 ERA in 17 appearances, striking out 33. It's a lot of threes. A special shout out as well to Craik native and Vauxhall Academy alum Tanner Spencer. The episode 316 guest was named the Northern Sun Baseball Coach of the Year after leading the University of Mary to a school record 34-win season. One last note from the college ranks, and I'm not quite sure whether we should be saying congratulations or sorry to Garrett Houston. The Melville native is at Highland Community College, where the Cougars have announced he set the record for being plunked the most times in a season, 29 to be exact. Houston's also sporting a .312 batting average on the campaign with 6 homers and 32 RBI in 47 games. On the commitment front, Saskatoon's Aiden Marion has found a 4-year school, and it's a big one. The Barry's Academy alum has announced he's going to Sacramento State University after an outstanding freshman season at Hutchinson Community College. A couple of other notes from the Barry's Academy program is both Zen Taylor Bell and Cash Berg are going to McCook Community College. Over at Going Yard Academy, friend of the show Trenton Cooey has found a spot with Crowder Community College. And finally, Calgary Bucks product Chika Boggin has announced he's going to CCC Kennedy King College. A big congratulations to Madison Willen, Cassie Matlock, Juliana Scott, and the rest of Team Canada as they went to the WBSC America's qualifying series against Puerto Rico and swept the hosts with convincing wins of 14-0, 8-3, and 10-0. They'll be one of 6 teams heading to Rockford, Illinois in July for the WBSC Women's Baseball World Cup group stage. The top 3 teams from that tournament will earn spots at the World Cup Finals in July 2027. The focus now shifts back to the junior national team, where the roster has been announced for the upcoming Dominican Republic Professional Academy camp. The roster features Saskatoon's Caedyn Colford, as well as Albertans Callum Anderson, Sam Davis, Gabe Fink, Zach McDonald, Cohen Miller, Josh Mills, Rogan Rivard, and Tay Thierman. That trip goes May 12th to 20th. As a bit of a primer for that, we have Baseball Canada architect Greg Hamilton joining us on a bonus episode of the show early next week, so stay tuned for that. Some of those players will likely be heading east this fall to the Blue Jays Academy Canadian Future Showcase. Tryout camps are about to get started, with the first stop being in Sylvan Lake May 19th. They'll then be in Saskatoon May 20th. Dates and times for the showcase itself in September have not been ironed out as of yet. Action's underway in the Baseball Alberta Elite League. The Weber Wildcats lead the standings at 5-0, with the Parkland Twins not too far behind at 4-0. The Calgary Bucks are among 3 teams at 2-2. A full slate of games hits the field again this weekend. Just a reminder that the Girls with Game YYC event is coming up May 23rd at Confederation Park North. Fort McMurray native and WPBL draft pick Sydney Berry will be the special guest, and they're also teasing a major announcement for girls baseball in Calgary. We'll have all the details for you when they come available. As always, if you have news or notes you'd like to pass our way or have an event you'd like mentioned, drop me an email at joe@albertadugoutstories.com. That's going to do it for the news, and when we come back, we get to know Caedyn Colford, Mason Bristow, and Chance Descalchuk. This is Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast. Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame legend Russell Martin says the road to Okotoks will change the game in Canada forever.
The cream always rises to the top. You have to challenge yourself as an athlete. You'll see growth coming from tough competition. The goal is to create like this mega championship where the best players compete versus each other. You'll see that the players will develop just through the competition itself. You have to feel those jitters and those emotions, and that's where you get better.
The Road to Okotoks, July 14th to 19th. Get your tickets at theroadtookotoks.ca. Welcome back to the show. Our first guest now holds the CCBC record for home runs in a season with 10 and counting. Edmonton Collegiate Hawks slugger Caedyn Colford was born in Lacombe and raised in Drayton Valley. It's been an interesting journey for the junior infielder as he started out at EC before going to Walla Walla Community College, then got hurt, and now he's back with the Hawks, where he's hitting .283 with those 10 round trippers to go along with 30 RBI in 24 games. He's also helped the team to third place in the standings. We talked about that missile he hit to break the mark, his journey in the game, and much more in this conversation. Caedyn, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Caedyn Colford, CCBC single-season home run record holder. How does that sound now that you've had a couple of days to maybe digest the news and digest what's been a crazy year so far?
Yeah, it's been pretty sweet. I mean, it's been a lot of fun this year. And yeah, it's just really cool to see that there's been a lot of guys being able to, come close, and we still got a few games left. I think 2 or 3 series left. And yeah, it was really cool to be able to do that first, and especially to do it at home.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like the 10th was an absolute missile. What goes through your mind when you got a hold of that one?
I don't even know. There's a lot of adrenaline, and just like it didn't really hit me until I got to second base, rounding the bases, and I was just like, whoa, that actually happened.
Mm-hmm. Were there much for celebrations in the dugout after the fact?
Yeah, a lot of hugs, a lot of congrats, a lot of proud of yous, and yeah, it's just super surreal that I was able to do it at home, and my family was there, and yeah, it was real special.
That is awesome. Now, you had 1 home run in 31 games last season. You have 10 in 24 this season. What's changed? What's been key to your success at the plate this season?
I just changed my approach. Last year I felt like I was trying to do a lot, and I didn't feel like I had a whole lot of protection in the lineup, where it's just like kind of felt like it fell all on me. I don't want to like sound that way, but like that's kind of how it felt. And this year, yeah, like we got top to bottom guys who can do it all. They can run the base, they can hit the ball, and like play good defense. And we're super deep this year compared to last year. And I just feel like there's a lot less pressure on me, and it just allowed me to change my approach and just keep things simple in the box.
I kind of wonder about this. I mean, have you ever had a season like this where everything seemingly is flying off the bat like it has?
No, I haven't. I mean, I have never cracked more than, I think it was 3 home runs in a season. And yeah, this year's been pretty crazy. I've never hit the ball this hard. Swings never felt this good.
That is fantastic. And not only are you playing well, you kind of alluded to it before, this team's right in the thick of things at the top of the standings, a couple of wins away from being at the very top. What are the vibes like in the locker room over the as we head into the last couple of weeks of the regular season here?
They're super high. We have bonded well from day one, really. Yeah, we are super close this year, and guys get along. We all hang out outside of baseball too, and it just makes it a lot easier to have fun and also stay locked in at the same time.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned the comparison between last year and this year. What did you learn from last year that maybe you're imparting upon the guys this year and trying to remind them as you head into a postseason run here?
Just to keep things loose. We were super tight last year. Like, we had all the talent in the world, but we were super tight last year, and just like didn't have any of that looseness. And this year has been a complete flip. Like, we're so loose, we're just having fun playing baseball. It's been super easy to go out there and just play.
For sure. This season's a little bit different for the playoff run. It's just the top 6 teams going in. You got to be hot at the right time. How do you get there? What do you guys got to work on to make sure that you hit the ground running and you're not, an early dismissal from the CCBC championship?
Yeah, we just got to, stay defensively sound and just keep doing what we're doing at the plate as a team. Cause like, right now, I think as a team, we're hitting over 300, and just yesterday we broke the single season team home run record. And yeah, like we just got to kind of stay where we're at and just make sure we're continuing to work hard and just keep playing how we are, really.
You grew up kind of around the Edmonton region and that kind of thing, so you know full well that there's a lot at stake here. What would it mean to you to win the program's first CCBC championship?
Yeah, it would mean a lot. It'd mean a lot. I played baseball in St. Albert for I think it was 5 or 6 years, and we always came so close. And like we my senior year of high school, we won provincials, and it's just like it's just a great feeling, and I kind of want to get back there and just continue to be able to add wins and wins. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Absolutely. Let's get in your baseball past here a little bit, Caedyn. Originally born in Lacombe, then moved up to Drayton Valley, where you spent the majority of your young years in baseball. How'd you get into the game in the first place, though?
It's just my grandpa, my dad. They both really love the sport, and yeah, they helped push me to where I am now, and um, yeah, it's just made it a lot easier to know I had that support from my family and from my friends, and just being able to go out there and just know, hey, like no matter what happens, like I'm still going to be supported.
For sure. Were you an all sports guy growing up, or was it just baseball?
It was mostly baseball and hockey. Played some high school volleyball, but I stopped playing hockey during COVID, and after that, it was just strictly baseball.
When did it flip for you? When did you go, hey, this is a fun game, to, okay, this is something I want to take a shot at and I want to chase as far as I can go with it?
I don't really know what flipped. It kind of just was like, COVID happened, and it was just like, okay, you have a choice. And at that point, I was playing higher level baseball than I was hockey. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna stick with baseball and just see where that takes me.
hmm You mentioned a couple, but I'm curious. There's always maybe some personal favorites to come along with this. Do you have a favorite memory or moment on the field that really stands out to you, where you had to take that step back and go, all right, this is pretty cool?
Yeah, I think my senior year winning provincials, it was first time in my career that I had won provincials, and um, yeah, it was just like it happened, and got to celebrate with all my buddies and all like my family and friends, and it's just like, yeah, I just kind of take a step back and be like, wow, like this is happening.
On the flip side, we all know baseball is a game of failure. What's that one big challenge, or that one big hurdle that you've had to overcome where you're super proud of yourself for being able to do it?
A couple years ago, I blew up my shoulder, and turns out I had like bicep tendonitis and bone marrow edema in the head of my shoulder, and I took a year off from baseball because of that. And last year was my first year back, and being able to be where I'm at now, knowing that that has happened, it's just makes me, realize like, yeah, like I gotta stick with this as for as long as I can, because not having it just sucked.
I was going to ask about that. Does distance make it a little more fonder, right? In terms of like being away from the game for a while, you forget how much you miss it until you're not there with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk a little bit about the recuperation process and what it took to get over. Did you lean on anybody in particular? Walk us through sort of trying to get through, obviously a very challenging time as far as needing to take that full year off.
Yeah, I really relied on my parents a lot, and just their support, and they were super helpful, like booking the appointments and helping me move back home for the summer. And um, yeah, it's just uh, really easy to lean on them, because they're always there for me. And um, yeah, like coaches too. Like I was in the States, and uh, like my high school coach, he like would reach out to me and be like, hey man, like how's your shoulder doing, how's life going, like um just making sure that everything's all good with me. And yeah, I decided that coming home was probably the best bet for that. And then I was just like, I kind of want to stay home, so I reached out to Jake, and I was like, hey, can I come play with you guys next year? I'll be back, well, not fully, but come season time, I'll be 100% and ready to go. And he said, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, feel free to come out here, and we'll be happy to have you.
things certainly worked out for you in that regard. A few fun ones before we let you go, Caden. First off, what's your go-to food when you're there as a fan?
Ooh, oh man, a lot of good options there. Probably just the classic hot dog, honestly.
What are the condiments of choice?
Mustard and relish.
No ketchup, eh?
No ketchup.
I know the ketchup versus mustard can be a very contentious thing. The fact that you've added relish into the mix, hey, that's a good thing for a lot of people. So well done. What's your TV show that you're binging right now?
Right now, The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's a classic, good one. I like that
Yeah.
one. And
Yeah.
finally, what do you like doing on the bus? Are you an earbuds in guy? Are you a games guy? What is it that, especially on those long CCBC road trips, what are you liking to do?
Yeah, just this year, we gotten a little bit into the Mafia game, and we've always played card games. And yeah, just trying to keep the vibes loose on the bus and whatnot. And I just think that that's really helped us with our success on the road too.
Mm. I really need to figure out this Mafia game. That's all I hear about, and yet I've never seen it before. So there's a little to-do list for me for the summer months for sure. Couple more for you before we let you go. First off, for those young kids who are just starting out on their journeys and they want to end up where you're at now, let's say you're back at home and chatting with kids in Drayton or wherever the case may be, what's that one piece of advice or words of wisdom that you want to impart upon them?
It's going to be super cliche, but just have fun. Like, it's just a game. That's kind of how I've been looking at it this year, is that it's just a game and game of failure. So like, really, you have success, you're going to be on top of the world. And when you fail, it's like, I'm supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And the final one, what does the game of baseball mean to you, Caedyn?
It means a lot. It's been kind of my getaway from life for, God, since I can remember. And it's like, you just go there, you hang out with your buddies, and you just have fun.
Absolutely. We've had a lot of fun getting a chance to hear about your journey in the game, Caedyn. Congratulations again on the record. Congrats on the outstanding season so far. Best of luck with the rest of the spring and beyond. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's Caedyn Colford of the Edmonton Collegiate Hawks. We'll stick in the CCBC as I had the chance to sit down with third-year utility man Mason Bristow of the University of Calgary Dinos. He's found his power stroke as well, hitting 4 bombs to go along with a .232 average and 18 RBI in 19 games. The Calgary Cubs alum has also made 2 appearances on the bump, striking out 1 in 3 innings of work. With the Dinos in the thick of the playoff race, he believes they have a good shot at making some noise heading into the last couple of weeks. Mason, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
You guys are back at home for a while here. What's the vibe in the clubhouse right now as you guys are hanging on to that last playoff spot heading into the weekend?
I think vibes are still pretty solid right now. So I think, I think we feel like we're in a good spot. We're comfortable with all our guys now. We've had a few weeks back at home now to, get some of our field work in and kind of get a feel for what it's going to be like playing out of our home field. So it's good. We're feeling pretty good right now.
Has that been a bit of a challenge? One of the things that I've noticed in the first month of this year has been field conditions. There's been a few E's put up on the board. Is it fair to say that the conditions haven't been exactly optimal for the spring season in 2026?
Yeah, I think that's very fair to say. Yeah, we've been kind of dealing with it over at Foothills and Glen Hansen, but we work through it and we try to play our best given the conditions, and it's been good. It's been good so far.
Mm-hmm. Talk about your season so far. How you're in your third year with repping the Dinos. How are you feeling about your development and your gameplay to this point?
I feel really good. I think I'm sort of, kind of falling into my comfort zone with the team, and it's been good to get lots of swings in this year. Not so much pitching yet, but we're hopeful here for the last half of the season. But yeah.
You've hit a few bombs already as well. That's got to feel good when you hit the first one and then it starts to keep flying for a while. Like that's got to be a big focal point for you. Eh?
Yeah, for sure. No, it's definitely been nice. I'm feeling pretty comfortable in the box right now and I'm seeing things well. So it's been great. Yeah.
How key is that arm going to be going into the stretch drive here? Because I've talked to a bunch of guys on all the teams around this league, and they're like, hey, the deeper you are with arms heading into CCBC World Series, the better off you are. You're going to be coming in with a fairly fresh arm, hopefully. How key is that going to be for you?
I think it's going to be really important for me, just to always feel like I'm doing my most to contribute to the team, but we're pretty comfortable with our bullpen right now, so I'm just looking to do whatever I can to help the guys out.
Mm-hmm. when you look at this team, what do you see? Give me the scouting report, and what gives you some hope that, hey, heading into that last weekend of May, you guys are clicking on all cylinders and ready to go for another championship?
I just think right now we're really happy with the talent on the team. Everybody is able to contribute. Everybody has the talent. So I think that's one of our biggest strengths right now. It's just kind of putting everything together all at once just to see our success into the end of May.
Is that a bit of a challenge, weirdly, this year? Because not everybody's going to the dance, right? Like, you've got only 6 to 9 teams, whereas before it's like you can go in on a 10-game losing streak and you go and win the whole thing. Do you kind of keep that in the back of your mind, like, hey, we've still got to make sure we're putting up a few W's here along the way, as much as we are improving a bit by bit?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a different feel this year. It sort of used to be who's hot and who's not at the time of playoffs, but now you have to stay consistent throughout the whole season and then keep that rolling at the playoffs. So it's definitely a different sort of feel with the team, but I think it's definitely nice, making sure everything's competitive. You're always playing as best you can. There's no days off right now, so it makes everything more competitive for both teams, and I think that's been good for us.
Take me into that midweek series against PBA, because that had to have been a nice little feel for the team, because this is a team that's 18-6. They're top of the league right now, and you guys went and took them to the woodshed.
Yeah, that was great. That was great for everybody. Vibes were really good after that. Taking such a strong team. 2 wins that day at home. Definitely a great feeling for everybody. Everybody played good. Colin played great that day. The guys are feeling really well, so that's great.
So looking ahead, what's key in your eyes to making sure you get that playoff spot, 1, and 2, going all the way?
I think our biggest key is just sort of gaining some comfort, that we do have the skills to get there. I think right now at times, we're maybe getting in our heads a little bit, but I think we just need to be comfortable that we have the talent, that our guys are going to pick each other up, and that's going to allow us to perform well into heading into playoffs.
You're a Calgary kid. What would that mean to you to take home a CCBC championship?
Oh, that'd just be great. Yeah, it'd be great. It's been a real, it's been on everybody's mind, since 2023. I just missed that year with these guys taking it home, but it'd be great to get another one for the program.
So speaking of Calgary, originally from here, born and raised, how'd you get into baseball in the first place?
Well, I started out, as a kid as a multi-sport athlete. I was playing football, hockey, baseball, just trying everything out. And then as I sort of grew up into my teen years, it seemed that baseball was, sort of going to be my thing, is what I was excelling in the most. So sort of dropped my other sports there and really focused in, made some tournament teams, made some travel teams. So that sort of brought me into the Cubs organization, and then I sort of grew up through my high school years in the Cubs organization there.
Very cool. Did you have a favorite team growing up, a favorite player that you're like, man, I got posters up on the wall, or had to watch them wherever I possibly could?
No poster. I didn't have any posters in my room, but I was definitely a fan of the Jays. I really like guys like Edmonton Encarnacion, like Josh Donaldson, seeing them hit bombs. That was pretty awesome.
It's really amazing how formative that team was for a lot of the guys that are now in the college ranks, like almost to a T, unless you're a Red Sox fan or a Yankees fan. Like, it's always Jays, it's always Jose, it's always Edwin, it's always Josh Donaldson. So it's funny that way. Do you remember the moment where it clicked for you, where you're like, okay, this game's fun and all, but maybe I've got something here, like maybe I can chase this thing a little bit further?
I don't know if I had a super like a light switch moment for me, but I got the opportunity to go on a couple trips in around 2017, 2018, those times. I went to Cuba with a team, went to Arizona with a team, and I was just sort of seeing the opportunities that I was being able to get from baseball, which I was lacking in my other sports at that point. And baseball is my favorite out of all my athletic endeavors. So I think that's sort of what turned me into, I can really focus, I can really do something with this.
Sounds like you've had quite a few pretty cool moments. Do you have a favorite one, or maybe a couple that you had to take that step back and go, all right, this is pretty cool?
I think, thinking back, my favorite moment is probably that trip I took to Cuba with the team there. we got to go down and play some games in some rural areas in Cuba and go play against the kids there, and that was really special. Just getting to go there with my family, seeing this new part of the world that I've been to, and just knowing that I was able to get there through my hard work in baseball.
On the flip side, baseball's a game of failure. We all know it. So what's been the biggest challenge or hurdle you've had to overcome where you're pretty proud of yourself for being able to get over it?
I think at this point, I ran into some injuries to my arm last year preseason, and that was definitely kind of hard for me because I was always a two-way player. I was pitching and hitting at the same time. So when I wasn't able to pitch last year, just focusing on hitting, it sort of took away part of my game that sort of allowed me to, had a bad day hitting, you go pitch well, you still feel good about your day. When I lost that, it was a little bit harder to work through, but just staying, going hard on my recovery, trying to get back in, get back on the bump was kind of an important journey for me to go through last year, just to learn a little bit more about who I was as a player.
One of the things I love asking, especially the college players, is how do you find balance? And especially someone like you're not taking kidneys, you're not taking, not to degrade anybody who's taken those, but sometimes it's a placeholder. You're an engineering student.
Yeah.
How in the heck do you find that balance and manage to excel in both?
Well, I think that's one of the things that I'm still working on every day. It's been hard to sort of find my balance, being able to commit as much time as I need to baseball while still tending to my educational needs. Mm-hmm. But I think that's where I've learned the most about prioritizing my time management and getting ahead in school so you can go focus on baseball. I think that's been one of the biggest things that I've learned so far throughout my college career.
Mm-hmm. Is there a career path in mind if baseball doesn't work out? Like, is there an engineering gig that you want or a specific focus that you have?
I don't have anything, super stuck on my mind quite yet, but I'm getting some more experience in the workforce this year, so I'm excited to see, sort of living in Alberta, the energy industry is a big thing out here, so get some work experience and see where things go.
As someone who's changed careers a few times, don't worry about being picky about the one that's going to last forever. It never happens that way.
Yeah.
A few fun ones before we let you go here, Mason. First off, what's your walk-up tune?
My walk-up song right now is called Face to Face. It's by Daft Punk.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit more of an electronic song. It's just something I've been listening to a lot lately, so I figured I should walk up to it, keep me loose at the plate.
Mm-hmm. You guys went through a lot of road trips during the early part of the season. When you're on that bus, what's your go-to activity?
We get into a little bit of crazy eights on the phone there through the game pigeon messaging. So crazy eights is always fun. I kind of like playing some games with the team. I'm not really big into just sitting on a movie or anything. I kind of like chatting with the fellas, so it's good. It's
amazing to me is how that idea has changed, right? Because it used to be you had to have a deck of cards, or you had to have a board game or whatever the case may be, and now you can do it all on your phone. You all connect together, and then you've got games going. It's crazy. Like this whole technological revolution is just insane to me.
Sure.
And finally, when you're at the ballpark as a fan, what's your go-to food?
I think it's sort of tried and true, but I got to go for the hot dog probably.
Now, condiments-wise, mustard, ketchup, or both?
I think I'm mainly ketchup, but I'll definitely throw some mustard on there sometimes.
I respect it. Yeah. I respect it. It's a very controversial topic on this show all of a sudden, and it's funny. There's some who are like ardent ketchup, ardent mustard. I'm a both guy, so I respect it greatly. Two more before we let you go. First off, for those young kids who are just starting out on their journeys and they want to get to where you're at now, what's that one piece of advice or those words of wisdom you want to impart upon them?
I think something that was big for me growing up, was that I just needed to understand that I was where I was meant to be. In big moments and tournaments and stuff like that. It's important to understand that your preparation and the hard work you put in has got you there. So you need to allow yourself to perform. You can't think too much. And I think that's sort of what has allowed me to succeed in those big moments and stuff like that.
Very cool. And finally, it's when we ask everybody, what's the game of baseball mean to you?
Oh, it means so much to me. I think it's hard to quantify, almost even to put in words, but it's given me so many experiences throughout my life. You know, the ability to travel, especially travel with my family and teammates, that's been great. The connections I've made to people, you know, to my teammates throughout baseball are lasting, obviously, to this day. You know, the Dinos are a strong, you know, tight-knit community, so that's been great. But I think personally it's just allowed me so much development, you know, with sort of my confidence in baseball and just in life in itself. And I think it's just been a huge part of my life, obviously.
Well, it's been fantastic to get to know a little bit about your journey, Mason. Congrats on all the success to this point. Continued success here at the UC and beyond. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you for having me.
There's Mason Bristow of the University of Calgary Dinos. When we come back, we head south of the border to chat with Chance Descalchuk. This is Alberta Dugout Stories, a podcast. For 20 years, the Dogs have called Okotoks home. Home to summer nights at the ballpark, unforgettable moments, and of course, championships. With the season upon us, they're ready to celebrate with the community that made it all possible. Join the party at dogsbaseball.ca. Jump.ca is your SaskTel authorized dealer and a proud supporter of Saskatchewan Dugout Stories. Jump.ca has all your bases covered with SaskTel wireless, internet, TV, and home security services. Bring it all together at one of their 18 Jump.ca stores across Saskatchewan. Jump.ca, your SaskTel authorized dealer. Welcome back to the show, and our final guest this week has had a freshman season to remember south of the border. Regina's Chance Descalchuk is hitting .452. Yeah, you heard that right. .452 with 15 homers, 64 RBI, and 16 stolen bases in just 41 games for the Miles Community College Pioneers. The Martin Academy alum had a crazy week back in mid-April, going 14 for 28 with 3 doubles, a triple, 5 homers, and 20 RBI. He's leading the Mondac Athletic Conference in average and RBI and sits in third in homers, so you have to think he's going to be in the conversation for Player of the Year. Here's our conversation with Descalchuk from earlier this week. Chance, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Joe.
The numbers kind of speak for themselves, so I'm always curious, how are you feeling about the year you're having?
I mean, obviously, I'm pretty happy with coming in here, putting up some pretty big numbers. Definitely helps my career and helps the time here, but just can't wait to keep going with playing with the boys here.
Are you surprised at all that you're having that kind of success and that you've been able to contribute as much as you have so far?
I wouldn't say surprised, but definitely a lot more numbers than I would have expected, to be honest. I mean, I have put in the time and work here, but yeah, I mean, the numbers kind of speak for themselves a little bit. I wouldn't have expected to kind of be where I'm at right now, to be honest, but definitely I'm happy contributing to the squad for sure, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the time. Tell us a little bit about the work that you've put in to get yourself to this point.
Yeah, I mean, high school, that's kind of where it all started. Going to attending Martin, being able to play a lot more ball there, and then the weight room there, and then coming down here to Miles, our fall program, waking up every day, Monday to Friday, 5, 6 a.m., going to go lift in the morning, then just pounding some food in the calf, and just honestly just overall grinding and 2.5, 3 hour practices. I mean, it's been awesome here.
You and I were talking off air about the cafeteria, and you gave a shout out to him, so let's give him a shout out on the air as well. What's your go-to when you're down there?
Oh man, they make good food here, but when they make it fresh, gotta say that chicken fettuccine Alfredo, it's pretty good. Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with that at all. From a plate appearance perspective, what's been key to your success? Like, are you seeing the ball well? Has it been just sort of a matter of fine-tuning things? Like, what is it that's allowed you to not just have some power, but also a pretty darn healthy average, too?
Yeah, I did definitely a lot of tweaking the fall, kind of seeing where my swing's at with some coaches, some film, and then just confidence, kind of like go up to the plate. I feel like I'm seeing the ball very well. I kind of know what's going to be pitched to me, and it's kind of sitting on my pitch and not really missing. It's kind of been kind of where I've been at in the box.
Mm-hmm. What are you most proud of when you look at the numbers to this point?
Honestly, probably my walks to K ratio. I don't have too many on the year, and just kind of being able to put balls in play, finding finding ways which contributes more to a team than striking out.
Mm-hmm. And the team's doing pretty well as well. What's the vibe like in the dugout as you get ready for the last couple of weeks here of the season?
Yeah, I mean, we're ready to go. We're about to go to playoffs tomorrow morning, actually, down in Williston, and we're excited to compete our tails off and go out and kind of show who we are.
What would it mean to you to start by winning a championship in your freshman year?
Oh man, that'd be sick. I mean, we have a great group here, great team culture. Like, honestly, words can't even go and say on the air here, but it's awesome. If we could go on and win, it'd be freaking awesome, man.
Absolutely.
We'd love it.
Don't forget, we are a podcast, so I know you want to make mom and dad happy, but at the same time, we have some liberties, so we'll put it that way. Let's get into your baseball past here, Chance, a little bit here. How'd you get into baseball in the first place?
My mom and Nana stuck me in T-ball when I was like 4 or 5 years old, probably, and just liked it, was good at it, and kept playing until here now, 19 years old.
Did you grow up playing all sports, or was it all baseball all the time?
Baseball, basketball, football, high school volleyball. Yeah, been around a few sports. Then getting older, kind of got to figure out what you enjoy the most and like the most. And yeah, I was decided to stick with baseball and try to go do something with it.
I like asking this question sometimes. It's like, is it difficult making that choice? Because we all know hockey's a thing, football's a thing. Like, those are the two high-profile ones. Baseball is sort of off the beaten path a little bit. So were you challenged by that, or were you like, no, I got this?
I mean, when the time came where I know, like, I'd have to play something, kind of stick to one competitively, it was hard, but I always knew in my heart what I wanted to do, and I was baseball. But it was just kind of hard losing some of the aspects in other sports and kind of the mentality in some of the other ones like basketball, football. But yeah, I kind of always knew I was going to stick with baseball.
Do you remember the moment when it turned for you, where it went from, hey, I really like this sport, it's pretty fun, to, hey, I like this sport and I actually kind of want to chase it?
Probably when I was younger, growing up, maybe I would say definitely entering my freshman year of high school, just making the choice to go to Martin and trying to choose the ball program there was kind of where I was really interested and wanted to go far with it instead of going to my feeder school. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely freshman year of high school is attending Martin.
Speaking of Martin, when you look back on your time there, what'd that program mean to you, not just from a ball playing perspective, but also from that human being perspective?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Martin, like Justin Eisworth, Rob Charles-Fuschuk, and Brent Adams, they were a big part of my just personality day by day there. They made everything better. Great conversations with them. Nothing bad about them. They made high school a better experience for me for sure. And overall with my at least graduating class, it was pretty awesome, pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. When you look back on the young journey to this point, do you have a favorite memory or moment that stands out to you where you had to take that step back and go, this is pretty cool?
One that kind of jumps out to me quickly is just, playing the sport a while, but we had a game day on my birthday and when I was around 15, and hitting a bomb on that day was pretty fun. That was probably a big fun time for me there.
That's a pretty good one indeed. On the flip side, we all know baseball is a game of failure. So what's that big challenge or hurdle that you've had to overcome where you're super proud that you were able to accomplish it?
This game is hard, and it can be hard in your head for sure, like you said, and just overcoming a lot of things. You go 0 for 4 some days, and then 3 for 4 some days. You just got to know, like, the tide can turn, the games can change, and you know how you'll can bounce back.
Looking ahead to the future a little bit here, obviously being a freshman, you got some eyes towards bigger and better things. Do you have maybe programs in mind, certain schools that you got? What's your sort of goals and aspirations over the next couple of years here?
Yeah, I've gotten a few interests already, some 4 years, but definitely going to stay here for sophomore year, but definitely want to play on somewhere further for sure. Don't really know where I want to go yet.
They always talk about that student athlete and the student comes first. Do you have a program in mind? Do you have something you want to take as far as the academics is concerned?
Yeah, in terms of academics, I definitely want to look at something in the criminal justice field.
Oh, very cool. Is there a reason for that? Do you have family lineage, or is it just something that's always fascinated you?
Yeah, I'm just kind of interested in doing something in law enforcement, something like that. And I know a couple of my old coaches, or an old coach of mine, Luke Lubanicki, he coached me for 2.5 years, and he became a cop and looked up to him. And then I have a couple family members as well that's in that field.
Very cool. A few fun ones before we let you go here. First off, you have to grab a snack of some kind, whether it's sweet, whether it's salty. What is it?
Probably going with a good bag of beef jerky.
All right, a beef jerky. That was off the beaten path. I wasn't expecting that one. Well done. What's your walk-up tune?
Walk-ups. This year it's The Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani.
Wow, going off the radar on that one. That's an oldie but a goodie too. Well done. And finally, who's your baseball idol? Like the one you always watched, the one that you always had a poster up on the wall, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, growing up it was pretty easy for me. Toronto Blue Jay Jose Bautista. He was my idol and kind of who I really looked up to.
The bat flip. Have you been able to do a bat flip in college yet?
I can. I just nothing like that. No, I'm just too scared to do that.
Fair enough. It's not the place nor the time, but maybe you'll get a chance during some World Series time perhaps coming up. So that'd be awesome. Finally, two final ones we ask everybody here on the show, Chance. First off, for those young kids who are just starting out on their journeys, they're maybe back home in Sask and they want to get to where you're at now. What's that one piece of advice or those words of wisdom that you'd love to impart upon them?
It's pretty cliche, but play the game and have fun, honestly.
Straight and to the point. I like it. And finally, what does the game of baseball mean to you?
Just bringing a lot of dudes together, coming closer, and then being able to go out there and compete with them. That's pretty awesome to me.
Sure is. Well, Chance, congratulations on all the success you've had at this point in your baseball journey. Continued success at Miles and beyond. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Take care.
That'll do it for this edition of the show. Thanks again to Caedyn Colford, Mason Bristow, and Chance Descalchuk for joining us. And thanks to all of you for downloading and listening. Don't forget, a bonus episode of the show is coming your way early next week with Baseball Canada's Greg Hamilton. And we're just getting started as we have a bunch of episodes coming this month, including from the CCBC Championships and our annual WCBL season preview extravaganzas. So buckle up and make sure to hit that subscribe or like button. As always, a tip of the cap to our Platinum supporters, the Okotoks Dogs, Under the Lights Sports and Entertainment, and the Western Canadian Baseball League for their generosity in helping us tell the game stories in our province. For more on our tremendous teammates, head to albertadugoutstories.com/supporters. Until next time, thank you for all of your support online, on social, and on air of Alberta Dugout Stories.